Yo, bro, this could literally save you years of gains. Like, this is should be the most important one for you to consider, which is injury prevention. And I'm sorry I failed you. I am preaching this kind of stuff, yet I failed. I broke my right wrist. And this is my first time. It was my second time. And at my first time, I broke my left wrist at mountain bike accident. I broke my wrist with lifting a 20 kilograms water jug. It happened when I least expected it to. It's not even gym related. In fact, I am lifting hundreds of kilos at the gym, and yet it's pretty fine. What's happening is injury always happens to me when I'm outside the gym, when I least expected it to. So basically, what happened yesterday was, yeah, I lifted the water jug and I have to, like put it in the water dispenser as fast as possible so it does not spill off the ground. So I jerk it off the ground, and then I suddenly felt a pop in my right wrist, and it was a sudden pain. At first few minutes, it doesn't hurt at all, but after a few, like several minutes, I started to feel pain. Now I can't move it that much. I can pronate this movement, and yes, another 6 months, another 3 to 6 months to potential loss of gains, stagnation, and this is my first time. Back then, when I had my first injury, I was disabled for like 3 months, and it took me another 3 months to just recover, to get my left arm strength to its normal state. I wasted year of gains, and that's just one of the most kind of heartbreaking thing if you're like a gym bro. What separates an elite lifter to a champion is how their ability to stay injury free, and how they are able to get as strong without getting injured just like that. See, when they are competing, let's say this defending champion, and then there's his competitors, the one who stays injury free for so long wins, even though there's a lot of factors, that the genetics, the training, and more. If one gets injured, one gets left behind. If the champion was got injured, then he's more likely to lose. He's gonna lose strength. He's not gonna make progress. He's gonna stagnate, and his competitors gonna mug him. They're gonna be making progress. They're gonna keep getting stronger, and with that, that's why I think injury prevention is the killer of gains. Oh, it's the savior of gains, and injury is the killer of gains. Now, at the gym, how do you really like prevent these injuries? Firstly, have a proper warm up. Muscle is like a cheese. When you pull a cheese, let's say a cold cheese, it's more likely to break. Now, when you warmed it up, it's gonna be stretchy, like a mozzarella. And that's like muscle too. When muscle is cold, the ligaments, the joints, they're less flexible. And therefore, when they're less flexible and you put force into them, they're more likely to be injured. And when they're warmed up, they're less likely to break apart because they're more flexible, more stretchy, like that. And that's why a proper warm up is necessary when you are starting the session. Of course, the session. You don't have to warm up every time, but just on your big movements. Secondly is weight management. The load management. See, lifting heavy isn't the problem. It's lifting heavier than you can. See, lifting heavy for your relative strength, for what you can, is actually a bit beneficial because it makes your joints most stronger, yes. But the thing is that you must know your current level and especially the form. Yes, you can lift heavy, but with right form, it's it's all right. It's because when you have bad form, let's say you're squatting, and then you'd notice that your knees are caving in, and then your butt is raising first. With that, you're placing lots of sheer stress on your lower back. And what happens when you put lots of like a focused stress on your back? It's more likely to get injured. Because when more force, it has to overcome more force, but your back isn't that strong. That's why your form is breaking down because it's not on your level. You're not at that level yet. And when you're not at that level yet, guess what happens? You're more likely to get injured. Form breakdown, that's what happens. So, explain. You're more likely to get injured when you're the least expecting it. I got injured outside of the gym. I know how to properly warm up at the gym. That's why I don't get injured at the gym, even though I lift heavier at the gym. But here, what happened is that I just jerk it off the ground suddenly, and then suddenly I pop. And my forearms, my wrist isn't even warmed up yet. Now, self preservation. Please, please, don't be an idiot. Like, bro, the consequences of your actions, you must think of it if it's logical to do that. I wish I could slap my past yesterday self right now. Oh, for how idiot the guy is. Oh, come on. Yeah, be extremely vigilant of that urge. You have this ego of, oh, I want to do it as fast as possible because, yeah, I'm a man, I'm strong. It's just sabotaging you sometimes. And that's what I thought there. Be extremely vigilant of that urge, the temptation to do the thing. Please think critically. Think first what's gonna happen, like the consequences of doing that. And please, always opt for the safest option. Even if it takes more time, it's better safe than sorry. Like, I could have just spilled a bunch of water and then I'm safe. It's just water anyways. And yet I jerk it off the ground so I could put it as fast as possible. Oh man. That one moment killed 3 months of gains. 6 months of gains potentially. And that's just, I'm placing this emphasis on self-preservation because it matters a lot to me. Self-preservation, your life, your quality of life matters more than just boosting your ego, than just some potential loss on other things. But the thing is that your life, the gains, does not matter when you're injured, when you're dead. It's better be safe. Like, come on. Many people are doing the things that is, yeah, for themselves, but does not matter when they die, when they're injured. And that's why practicing self-preservation, injury prevention is the most important thing to consider when you're starting your fitness journey. Now, let's see what are you gonna do at times of injury in this period. Let's say, what am I doing in this period of my life? Firstly, always have this positive mindset. It's single-handedly one of the most, if not the most important thing to have when you are in this situation. Why? See, when you have this positive outlook, you're kind of optimistic. Well, yes, you're unable to like train at the gym, do your compound movements, you do your dips, pull-ups, and all the bilateral movements. You have more time outside the gym. What are those time for self-improvement? Academics, and maybe recording more, gaining more knowledge, and I'm giving it more to you. Spirituality, cardio. Dude, there's much more things. You have less option. When you have less option, you're more likely to take action. And I am kind of going. I'm stepping to the point where gym kind of become distraction to my academics, to my brain gains, and to recording this all kind of stuff. See what I mean? There's a lot of opportunities for you to do when you're unable, when you have less options. You're more likely to take action. Yes, I injured my right arm. I can't write, but I have my left arm. So I have the opportunity to be ambidextrous, to be more masterful with my left arm, like the hand-eye coordination and all the delicate stuff like writing, all the other things that require arm, hand dexterity. And yeah, that's just it. At times, I'm not like preaching to be injured. In fact, I'm against it. And I'm not here to glorify the injury just because it makes me take action more on other things. Bro, you don't have to be injured when you want to take action on other things. You just gotta do it. And you don't want to come to the point where you're gonna get injured when you have less option, yeah. But it kind of affects your quality of life overall. You only have one arm to use, and I couldn't use my right arm. I estimated for like 3 months, and I had to relearn how to write with my left hand. I feel like a kid again. I practiced like 2 to 3 hours. I practiced like 2 hours with my left hand. I can show it to you like that because yeah, it kind of sucks, but it gave me more opportunities for other things to experiment. And yes, always look for the positive side. Be optimistic. Oh, oh. Yeah, and I think that's just it, bro. Stay injury free. See you at the gym. Wow, I explained it better.